الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبد الله ورسوله وأمينه على وحيه وخيرته من خلقه بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف بإذن ربه الغمة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك صلوات الله وسلامه عليه وعلى آله الشرفاء وصحبه النجباء وعلى من دعا بدعوته وجاهد في سبيل الله حق جهاده وسار على منهجه وقتفى أثره بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فيا أيها المسلمون أوصيكم ونفسي بوصية الله سبحانه وتعالى للأولين والآخرين، ألا وهي الوصية بتقوى الله. فاتقوا الله سبحانه وتعالى أيها المؤمنون. قال تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: اتق الله حيثما كنت وأتبع السيئة الحسنة تمحوها وخالق الناس بخلق حسن. My dear respected brothers, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this extreme difficult situation, we've been able to attend Masjid for Jumu'ah. Say Alhamdulillah. The time you are sitting here, my dear brother, Allah ta'ala is forgiving your sins. Allah ta'ala loves this sitting very much. And Allah's angels are making sincere dua of maghfirah for every single one of us. That's why this attendance is very, very noble attendance, is important attendance. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our attendance. Say Ameen. There are a couple of things to reflect on. First of all, 2020 has been very, very difficult year. The most difficult year of this generation, maybe. We don't know what's in the future, but what we have seen, what we have heard, the history we know, this year has been very, very difficult year. Around the world, around the globe, around 2 million people died. Here in the UK, if you just calculation of the 20, the 8 days is another smart calculation. But if you add everything together, there will be around 100,000. And within 28 days, that will be around 75,000. Can you imagine how many lives been lost? Now, almost every single household suffering. Imams, our Imam Mishkat, very unwell. His wife is unwell. Mom is unwell. Almost whole family unwell. He's coming to our home now. I have been unwell, been in the hospital. Our brothers, our sisters, our relatives, our murabbis, our elders, many of them died. Then, remember, this life is not forever. If we gone through the 2020, we've gone very close to our grave, very close to our death. If Allah Ta'ala has given you 63 years, for example, because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had 63 years, then another year gone from your life, my dear brother. That's why your age is not increasing, it's decreasing. It's finishing. In Surah Al-Asr, Imam Razi rahmatullahi alayhi, very famous mufassir, in his tafsir, At-Tafsir al-Kabir is name, he is giving example of the human life as like you are a piece of ice and it's melting. A piece of ice being put in a heat and it's melting and melting and melting and melting and becoming water. Subhanallah. Get a bit of ice from your freezer and put it somewhere next to you in the kitchen, somewhere in the cooker. You will see that it's melting and all the ice becoming water. After a while, everything will melt. Your life, my life, like a piece of ice. It's melting and finishing. It's becoming smaller. It was a big piece of ice of 63 years, for example. Now, 50 years gone. My piece of ice became so small. Only 13 years. It can be only 13 days. It can be only, the 13 hours. It can be so quick. SubhanAllah, before the COVID came, we did not see death in front of us like this. Every single Faruqi Sarar, Ustaz Faruqi, he went for a burial in this Garden of Peace. And he said that on that day, 12 dead bodies been buried. You go to East London Mosque at any time, you'll see that 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 janazah been done together. SubhanAllah, again, they are opening this nightingale. Because specifically our East London area, our London Hospital, then the Queen's Hospital, then King George and South End Hospital, the worst affected area of the whole country. Can you imagine 56,000 people were infected yesterday? And 964 people died yesterday. The day before was 981. We were thinking because of the bank holiday and the weekend. But yesterday is exactly proper 24-hour calculation. And that was 964. And in Royal London Hospital where I live, I live in the Stepney Green. If you walk there, you will find the patient inside the ambulance because no space inside the hospital. Now the doctor saying we have to make a decision. If we have only 50 ventilators and the 70 patients they need ventilator, then we have to prioritize. Then 20 patients we cannot give them ventilator because we don't have it. And so we have to think who can survive and who cannot. And if a doctor making a mistake about your luck, about your treatment, then you are gone. Can you imagine how difficult situation it is? Then, remember, you and me, if we go through the COVID, we will not survive forever. Our life is finishing. 2020 is gone, a difficult year. 2021, we don't know how that would happen. But if we go through 2021, maybe a couple more years, maybe a couple of months, maybe a couple of days, then we have to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala reminding us, وَالْعَصْرِ, by the time, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ, indeed human being in loss, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, except those people who have strong iman, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and they perform better action, the amal salih, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. They are recommending one another for truth, helping one another for truth, and helping one another, recommending one another for sabr. Because in this difficult situation, we really, really need sabr. Without sabr, we can't do anything. There will be situation, even the people are, because I need to give advice to so many people every day, and they're saying, SubhanAllah, we cannot take it anymore. When the people are crying, because we cannot pray, we cannot stand. Even a brother, I'm not naming him because you would know him, very famous, was saying, Sheikh, I went to the toilet, now I cannot come out. So difficult. My whole head is spinning and I'm going on the floor. I recommended him, do not lock your toilet door anymore these days. Believe me, when I came home, for a couple of days, I did not lock the door of my toilet in case anything happens. It's so difficult situation. This COVID is so strong, so difficult. Unless Allah's help and you sabr, you're not going to go through this. Then we have to have our sabr. Without sabr, we're not going to go through this. Allah Ta'ala have mercy upon all of us. And may Allah Ta'ala remove this calamity from this dunya. And our 2021 would be better than 2020, inshaAllah. There is a famous dua by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma aj'al yawmana khayran min amsina. Waj'al ghadana khayran min yawmina. Ya Rabbal Alamin. Oh Allah, make our today better than yesterday. And make our tomorrow better than today. All of us, we need to make dua that our this year would be better than last year. And our next year will be better than this year. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in another hadith, Man istawa yawmahu fahuwa maqbool. If a person's 2 days are equal, your yesterday and today is equal, then you are maqbool, you are a loser. Because your today has to be better than yesterday. It has to be bit up. You have to perform better today than this year, this time. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam rightly said, if both days are equal, then you are a loser. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq that we can perform better in this year, inshaAllah. Second important reminder for all of us, you know that this Jumu'ah, alhamdulillah, we started this new year with the new Jumu'ah. First day is the Jumu'ah day, alhamdulillah. Last night, 11 o'clock, we came out from the European Union. We became independent. According to many who are understanding, unity was better. But anyway, because of the situation, the majority people wanted to come out, we came out. That's why we are seeing so many changes in our life. Around after 50 years, this division happening for UK from European Union. When the changes happen, our responsibility should be we need to accept it and work along this, and we try to improve as well. We should not be stubborn. We should not be regretting, oh, we came out from the European Union, what will happen, this will happen, that will happen. No. Do not waste your time for that. What happened, happened. Let's accept it. And we work around it. And we Muslim community, we have to have our real future for our children here in this country. Many of us, we don't think about it. That's why our message is this. Yes, we came out from European Union, doesn't matter. Still, we four nations are together. It's Great Britain, it's United Kingdom. And we need to perform better outside the European Union. And we Muslim community, we have a role and responsibility for the sake of Allah, because Allah Ta'ala brought us in here in this country to guide people. It's not for you eat and you enjoy. And every year in the summertime with the whole family, you go back to your own country. And everybody in your country say, oh, it's London is up. Coming from London and they have lots of money and they live in London. You have a luxury. No, you didn't come for that. Allah Ta'ala decided to bring you here to make a contribution. And your most important contribution is you providing deen of Allah to your neighbor, to this country, people of this country. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لَأَن يَهْدِيَ بِكَ اللَّهُ رَجُلًا وَاحِدًا خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنْ حُمُرِ النَّعَمِ. If Allah Ta'ala is guiding only one person because of your tribe, it's better for you instead of having the wealth of the whole world, loss of red camel, indication of having loss of wealth. Loss of money is not good for you, my dear brother. What is good for you? If Allah Ta'ala is guiding only one person because of your tribe. That's why we have to have that mentality. And whatever I do, I need to make a contribution. Because of my trying, maybe Allah Ta'ala will be guiding a person for the deen. And this person, all the action will be my sadaqah jariyah. That's the reminder number 2. Finally, reminder number 3, and I want to finish with that. My dear brother, my dear sister, life is too short. For this year, let us have a couple of action plans. And within this action plan, what I want to do, last night some of the ulamas, they organized a meeting, normally myself, Sheikh Abdur Rahman Madani, Dr. Azad and some other people. Then we ask our wives, what do you advise to us? And my wife said that lockdown lockdown was difficult, but that was something very good. And what was that? That because we established Jumu'ah at home, and the children are getting father at home, and they are praying together. And my nasiha to all the ulamas, she was saying that is this: after finishing lockdown, you ulamas do not concentrate outside only. Look after your own family as well. Give them time. Then let us have action plan, my dear brothers, my dear sisters. Is this: number one, every single one of us will be praying 5 times properly. Many of us will pray about not proper praying. And we'll be encouraging our family members whenever they praying at home, pray with Jama'ah, inshallah. That should be our action plan number one. Action plan number two: in the difficult situation, we need to increase our sabr and tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala said, وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ. Give glad tidings to people who have sabr. Then we have to have our full tawakkul on Allah, dependence on Allah. Allah ta'ala is the owner of the life. If Allah decided my death, then I will die. And if Allah did not decide my death, I'm not going to die. That tawakkul has to be very, very firm and very, very strong. And we need to perform, we need to help other people. And then finally, continuously let us do tawbah and istighfar to Allah. Because of istighfar, Allah ta'ala will be happy upon us. Allah ta'ala will be removing the calamity from us, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. And with that, let us do a bit of secret charity. فَإِنَّ صَدَقَةَ السِّرِّ تُطْفِئُ غَضَبَ الرَّبِّ. Because when you are giving charity secretly, Allah ta'ala will be happy. And when Allah is happy, this calamity goes away. And perform better. Do not go back for haram anymore. Let us make 2021 better than 2020, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون.